I thought it would be easier the more I talked about leaving MAGA, being a 3-time Trump voter. But I have to be completely honest with you that it's not getting easier, and it actually feels like it's getting more difficult because I'm gaining more empathy. And I don't think people really realize how counterintuitive the hate that I receive when you can take one look at my page and see that I am doing the work. I read a comment this morning that I'm not stitching because I don't want hate to come our way, but you'll understand why I'm reading it. I've been deconstructing from Christianity and left MAGA. I do not speak about it because the hate you receive from the left is no different from the hate you received when you were in the cult. I'm just minding my own business and rewiring my whole belief system. What people don't understand is how hard it is to actually wake up and realize your entire life has been a lie, and now you have to start over from scratch. I'm not going to allow any negativity from anyone into my life. It's hard enough to do this. I can't see. I had to stop and gather myself. Not only that, I'm not going to be a part of any political party or religion ever again, so the expectation of the left thinking we have to vote blue now in order to make amends or something is not something I want to be a part of.
A 3-time Trump voter went public with her regret. Many have weighed in.
I understand. I think many of us can understand how hard deconstruction is, and I don't want to negate that. But do you think it's as hard as having to ensure that every single time your children leave their homes, they have a copy of their passport on them? Is it as hard as knowing that a simple school drop-off could mean that you and your child are separated, never to return home again? Listen, I understand everything is relative, but it is important for anyone deconstructing from MAGA now to understand that Black and brown people no longer have the emotional bandwidth to coddle you at the moment, rub your back and tell you that everything you, a self-professed 3-time Trump voter, has contributed to is okay. Do I believe people like you need a soft place to land, a soft place to work through this awakening? Yes. But the reality is that onus is on your fellow white people who are not currently targets of this administration, who were never targets of this administration. Because the reality is you wished these conditions on us for the last 10 plus consecutive years. And since empathy clearly never factored into your decision-making until now, we have to assume that something in your life had to be supremely materially impacted in order to justify this sudden, long overdue awakening.
TikTok user Ariana Merchant tried putting much of what we are experiencing into perspective because of this person's vote and how they have helped usher all of it in.
At the same time, while we can have these theoretical conversations about how welcoming we should be, number one, it's not really up to the right to dictate those conversations or to dictate that response. And number two, even if that were to become the prevailing opinion of people on the left, oh, we should be nice to the people who are abandoning ship. The fact of the matter is, you're never going to get everyone to feel that way. And there are always going to be people that you harmed that are going to want to express that anger with you. So instead of focusing on policing the behaviors and reactions of the people that you spent years harming, let's maybe focus on deconstruction that doesn't require any specific type of reaction from them. But I think that there's a way to have done it that was less centering and more productive.
Brenna Perez, a fantastic creator, would also give her 2 cents.
When Donald Trump was first running for president, he had this saying, it was build that wall. People like this white woman right here, they loved it. They thought Donald Trump was gonna build a wall around Mexico. Donald Trump has always said he was tough on immigration. But then one day his immigration officer shot a white woman in the streets. This made a lot of white people think, whoa, Maybe Donald Trump really doesn't care about me. Immigration officers weren't supposed to be killing white women. After seeing a white woman go out like that, we got 3-time Trump supporters coming out, straight up saying they're no longer Trump supporters and they're trying to change who they are. The funniest thing is the comments are filled with nothing but hate. But there is also a little bit of support. But this support is always by white women. This woman says we're happy you're here. She's not a black woman, she's not Mexican or Asian. She's not a part of a community that Trump has gone after. But yet she accepts this Trump supporter and says we're happy you're here. This comment is by a different white woman. She says you showed up to the wedding late. We're super glad you're here, but we're gonna let you know you were late. Keep in mind, Donald Trump's administration has deported people to random countries, places they have never been and have no ties to. But this white woman, she brings up a wedding as a placeholder for all that evil. This guy right here, his name is Jamal and he's from the UK. He made a video saying, do we need to be nicer to Carter Brown? Hell no, people like Carter Brown should never be forgiven. The only reason she is a 3-time Trump supporter is because Trump can't run again. If Trump could keep running for president, she would be 80 years old talking about I'm an 11-time Trump voter. Only when Trump couldn't run for his 12th term would she regret it.
Plus, a really good recap from Mr. Worst Life. Now, one message that really caught my eye was this. Katie Starling left this comment on the original video. I was an alcoholic for 10 years and destroyed my relationships. I've been sober 10 years now. In the beginning, do you think anybody wanted to hear my you-know-what? Do you think they just automatically forgave me? No, it takes time. And I accepted that people were going to be mad at me for a while. You're going to have to accept the same thing and keep moving forward. Here is where I stand on all of this, okay? I don't know if I will ever forgive these people. I just don't. I don't believe that any of the communities affected should be pushed to forgive these people. I don't think anybody with empathy should be pushed to forgive these people. I mean, I get it. Like, if you really don't pay that much attention and you fell for it once, bad, obviously. The key was not doing it again. She did. And then doing it one more time. She did. We reserve the right to critique and go in any direction we wish, because it's not just about the one singular voter coming forward, all right? It is about what it represents. And there is a community of people that it represents. It's not just her. It could be her mom, her dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, grandma, grandpa, like second cousins, third cousins, friends of friends, co-workers, who that person could have influence over and had these conversations with. That could have swayed them or they swayed her. So it's not about piling on this one person. It's about understanding what that vote symbolizes. It symbolizes inequity. It symbolizes inequality. It symbolizes Nazism really making a strong effing return. It symbolizes our cost of living getting worse and worse every day, while Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, the Ellisons, and so many more billionaires continue to rake in ridiculous profits, record profits, so they can have another yacht, another house, more land in Hawaii, developing more underground bunkers. And what kind of stands out to me is, whether you love him or hate him, Graham Plattner did say this. He said that, you know, if someone were to have their house burned down and they came to you for help, would you point and laugh that their house got burned down? No, you would welcome them in, of course. But there is something that stood out here. Trump burned down her house, right? And he's burning down my house. And she came over to me for refuge for the time being, right? But the difference is, She just said that she wants to remain politically neutral, essentially, and that she wants to go down the middle. You can't. Because all I read this as is she will vote for a J.D. Vance. She'll vote for a Marco Rubio, a Warhawk. She'll vote for those people. So the question therein lies with y'all. Do you show sympathy? Sure. But do you forgive? I don't know. I think I'm still trying to come to that conclusion, but I don't think I will. I don't think I'll ever forgive somebody for voting for that man 3 times because the writing was on the wall. And a comment that we have seen over and over again go viral is it was an open book test and y'all failed. 3 times. You failed an open book test 3 times. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.